Welcome to New Destinations.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome to another episode of New Destinations. I'm Kim Richards, and with me, as always, is my co-host, Tom Taylor.
Hi, everyone. Today's new destination is one that's rich in history and culture. Today, Kim and I welcome you to Chinatown.
We have a great show planned for you. Today, you'll learn about Chinatown's history as part of San Francisco and California. We'll also talk about Chinatown's architecture and other aspects of the area that make it unique.
Then, we'll tell you about some of the interesting things you can do when you visit Chinatown.
We hope to give you a sense of what it's like to visit and to live in this unusual community.
You might even become curious enough to see for yourself the remarkable things we describe.
Let's start by turning things over to Garrett and Maria, our history correspondents.
Thanks, Kim. There are Chinatowns in major cities all over the world. San Francisco's Chinatown is one of the oldest. It's the third largest Chinatown in North America.
That's right, Garrett, as old as it is. Over the Chinatown is not the one that was built by Chinese immigrants in the 1850s. That Chinatown was destroyed in the 1906 San Francisco earthquake.
The earthquake and the fires caused by the earthquake destroyed more than 500 city blocks.
The first large groups of Chinese immigrants made the journey to the United States in 1850s. The immigrants came here for opportunities to earn a suitable living by working on railroads.
Many immigrants also came hoping to find gold in California. The California Gold Rush of 1848 brought miners from all over the world.
These first immigrants settled in what is today the heart of Chinatown. They built homes, opened restaurants, and started businesses.
After the earthquake, the residents worked vigorously to reconstruct Chinatown. To encourage tourists to visit, they designed the buildings and streets with the features that everyone now recognizes as typical of Chinatown.
Starting in the 1950s, more groups of Chinese immigrants settled in the United States.
The boom list of San Francisco Chinatown boomed new residential buildings, smaller Chinatown in neighboring areas, but the only Chinatown is still the one tourists visit most often. Back to you, Kim and Tom.
Thanks, Garrett and Maria. Chinatown is such an interesting place to visit.
It's a major tourist attraction. Did you know that Chinatown attracts more visitors than San Francisco's famous landmark, the Golden Gate Bridge?
One of the main streets in Chinatown is Grant Avenue. Our On the Street correspondents Connor and Amy are there now to tell us what people can see and do on Grant Avenue.
Thanks, Tom. Here on Grant Avenue, colorful lanterns, curved roofs, and gorgeous columns carved from stone all give Chinatown its festive look.
They definitely do, Connor. Grant Avenue is also where you'll find the famous Dragon Gate, an arch that stands at the southern entrance to Chinatown. The Dragon Gate gets its name from two ornate dragon sculptures that sit on the top of the arch.
On Grant Avenue, you'll find many restaurants and shops. You can buy the perfect souvenir to remember your visit.
Be sure to visit Portsmouth Square too. There's always something interesting going on there.
In the mornings, you could watch groups of people practicing Tai Chi. It's a form of Chinese exercise that helps people develop better balance and flexibility.
We'll be back a little later in the program to tell you about the Chinese New Year parade, which will be starting here in just a few minutes. For now, let's go back to Kim and Tom.
Chinatown has many interesting grocery stores and markets. You might be surprised by how different they are from the supermarket where you shop.
Chinatown grocers import many of the items they sell from countries in Asia. They provide ingredients to area restaurants where you can eat Vietnamese, Chinese, Thai, and Malaysian food for a report on all the great food and shopping in Chinatown. Let's go to Emily and Monica live at the Good Luck Grocery on Stockton Street.
Thank you, Tom. For many years, markets like the Good Luck Groceries were the only places you can get things like jasmine rice from
Thailand, oolong tea from China, or oyster sauce from the Philippines.
A market in Chinatown may also sell fish and other select seafood items. Don't be surprised if you see large aquariums filled with fish, lobsters, and crabs in a Chinatown market. Seafood is a popular ingredient in traditional Chinese recipes.
Depending on what time of year you visit Chinatown, you might find different things at the market. For example, around the time of Chinese New Year, usually near the end of January, you will find many people buying oranges and tangerines.
In Chinese culture, oranges and tangerines symbolize happiness. People give them as New Year's gifts to friends and relatives. In fact, the Chinese word for orange, ju, sounds a lot like the word for good luck in Chinese.
The markets are not the only place you can buy fruits and vegetables in Chinatown. When you walk down Great Avenue, you'll see street vendors with carts just about everywhere.
These merchants also sell newspapers, clothes, and souvenirs. You could spend an entire day just looking at what everyone has for sale.
You can also go into the many shops that line the street. Like the markets, these shops import much of what they sell from countries in Asia.
Of course, no visit to Chinatown would be complete without a meal. You'll have no trouble finding a restaurant. The hard part will be choosing which one to try.
Many restaurants in Chinatown serve dim sum in the afternoon. Dim sum means heart's delight. Dim sum menus offer a lot of choices, but everything comes in small portions, so you can try a lot of different things.
A typical order consists of steaming buns and dumplings, filled with a mixture of beef, chicken, or pork and vegetables. Tea is also served with dim sum.
If you're in a large group, everyone can order different things. Sharing and trying what everyone orders is part of the fun of eating dim sum. Kim and Tom, you have to come over here and try this. Thanks, Emily. Save us some if you can.
If you intend to go to Chinatown, think about visiting when the Chinese celebrate the New Year. As you may recall, Emily said earlier that the Chinese New Year usually falls around the end of January.
Chinese New Year is among the most important traditional Chinese holidays. The celebration lasts for 15 days. Let's go back now to Connor and Amy for their report on the parade.
Thanks again, Tom. On the first day of the celebration, you'll see throngs of people along the streets. They're expectantly waiting for the Chinese New Year parade and the lion dancers.
Lion dancing plays an important part in Chinese New Year celebration. The tradition of the lion dance can be traced back more than 1,000 years in Chinese culture.
Lion dance performers wear a lion costume, which usually has a very large head. A single performer operates the head, moving its eyes and jaw while dancing energetically.
Sometimes a pair of dancers operates a lion costume. The second dancer performs the back and the rear legs of the lion. This requires coordination of practice. The two dancers huddle under the costume must move perfectly together.
To those who celebrate in Chinese New Year, the lion symbolizes courage. Performing the lion dance is believed to frighten away misfortune.
Residents celebrate the 15th day of the new year with the Lantern Festival. On the night of the Lantern Festival, you'll see children everywhere carrying lanterns with many complex shapes and designs. You'll also find parades during the Lantern Festival. Light fills the streets as lanterns of every shape and color brighten the night. Back to you, Kim and Tom.
Thank you, Amy. Thanks to all our correspondents for the interesting reports on our show today.
Thank you for joining us. No matter what time of year you choose to visit Chinatown, you all have a wonderful experience. We will see you again soon on the next episode of New Destination. Goodbye.
Goodbye.